Hello, my name is Dwight Sora. I am a member of Chicago Aikikai, Chicago and the Midwest's oldest known dojo or school for the Japanese martial art of Aikido. What you're about to see is a 7-minute piece of film footage that we recently recovered. And this is footage that was filmed at the Illinois Aikido Club, which is what the dojo was originally called, when it was located here on the second or third floor of 1103 West Bryn Mawr in the uptown neighborhood of Chicago. Now this footage apparently was part of a local NBC news segment that was highlighting and explaining Aikido for the general American public. Now I'd like you to keep in mind this footage dates back to 1969, so it's a very different setting for martial arts than what we have today. There's no real interest mainstream-wise comparable to what we have now thanks to anime, martial arts films, and video games. MMA hasn't been invented yet. The Ultimate Fighting Championship not been invented yet. Martial arts in general, just not as well known. Aside from a handful of appearances in American TV and films, most people don't know about it. The big kung fu craze of imported Asian films, that doesn't happen until the 1970s. Neither does widespread interest in Japanese culture, which is partially represented with the publishing of the novel Shogun in 1975. This time the dojo is led by its third or fourth chief instructor, Isao Takahashi-sensei, who split his time between here and a dojo in Los Angeles. And the dojo's membership is still majority Japanese American, at least with the senior and more experienced members. There's a handful and growing number of non-Japanese at this time, but right now the dojo is very much part of the Japanese American community. It's very insular. So they don't advertise, they don't put up flyers, there's no website, there's no sign back then. All of the membership is coming in through referrals and word of mouth. So what you're about to see is not just a snapshot of our dojo's history, but a brief little view of the development of Aikido and other Japanese martial arts in terms of their presence in the United States, and also gives you a little view of the sort of cultural activities the post-war Japanese Americans who settled here after the war, the sort of things they were doing in order to maintain their cultural heritage, and also how they contribute to the city's vast and dynamic cultural scene. So I hope you like this. Enjoy.
Size and strength are not important to Aikido. If one has the right mental attitude and training, one should be able to defend himself against any attack. The idea is not to hurt your opponent, merely to suppress his aggressions. Aikido was developed from a combination of Japanese martial arts, with the movements of the swordsman predominating. It is taught here at the Illinois Aikido Club at 1103 Bryn Mawr on Chicago's north side, as a pure self-defense art. Because there's no need for physical strength, it has great attraction for the young. There are special classes for children on Saturdays. Many women attend the mixed classes. Women and Aikidoists who have won their black belt wear the traditional hakama, a split skirt. Aikido does not use muscular strength. Instead, Aikido depends on a flow of power from the combination of mind and body. Isao Takahashi, the senior instructor, emphasizes the relationship of mind and body in his teaching.
Aikido is actually practicing the spiritual martial art. What is spiritual martial art? In this case, we're talking about ki. Ki cannot find another words in English, they're very difficult. But I can explain to you very briefly. It should be mind and ki and the power. In other words, the mind must be in action, the moving things, and it becomes a power.
For purposes of practice, a partner is used. But Aikido is not a sport, and there can be no contest as there is in judo or karate. There's no thought of defeating anyone. The philosophy of Aikido is of inner calm, with feelings of peace and love for nature and humanity. It has attracted a wide variety of persons in the Chicago area. Tell me, why are you studying Aikido?
Well, about 3 months ago, I had a bleeding ulcer, and my doctor recommended that I should take something like Aikido, which will disperse my mind a little bit, and I am feeling much better right now than when I had the ulcer, and I'm sure it's healing.
No other troubles bother you while you're on the mat. You can only have your mind on one thing instead of your bills and everything else that may affect regular life.
And why are you studying Aikido?
Well, one of the principles of Aikido is the principle of non-dissension. And coming to a dojo is a unique way of practicing non-dissension in a society where there is so much conflict. So here we can come and train to respond to rather violent attacks in a relaxed way, in a way that centers around harmony.
I understand you had occasion to use Aikido once in self-defense. Can you tell me about it?
Yes. Well, in my freshman year, I was coming home from school with my girlfriend, and a boy attacked me, and I told him to leave me alone. I walked away, and foolishly enough, he came back and he attacked my purse. I turned his wrist, he busted his collarbone, his elbow, and his elbow. And so he was in the hospital for 3 months, and I didn't get a lawsuit or anything like that. So he learned his lesson, and no one picks on me at school. And I'm just friends with everybody else.
Advanced Aikido training includes rapid attack and practice with the sword and staff. Teacher Takahashi is expert in both. Aikido was perfected during the past 50 years by Morihei Ueshiba, a master of the martial arts. But it wasn't until 1951 that it was made generally available to the public. Since then, it has spread widely through Asia and Europe and most of the United States. This is Sidney White, NBC News, reporting.